How's everyone doing today? We have quite an interesting video. It's going to be another story time. I think this is the second one on the channel. This is just going to be like a full record, no breaks, just me talking. So if I mess up, I mess up. But today we're going to be talking about how I started reselling and like how I got to the point where I'm at currently. How I have 29,000 followers on Instagram. How many sales I have, how I've gone to that point, how I've been able to expand my page and myself and my brand, and just sort of give you guys a little insight on that. Because a lot of people ask me, they think that it happened, within a year, within 2 years. It took 7 years actually. I'm currently 19. I started reselling. We're just gonna get from the very beginning. I started reselling when I was 12, 13-ish. I didn't sell shoes. I was selling sort of Supreme at the time, if people still know what that is. Supreme from like the actual drop. So like I would go online, buy it for retail, sell it for resale. And I got lucky a few times. I hit a box logo, I hit TNF, the Nope C jacket, the mountain one. I sold it for like $1,600. I made like $1,000 and boom, I was like, this is crazy. So that was back, I guess, 2015, 2016. But I was kind of into it pre-boom, so I got lucky. I had a bunch of stuff and then it boomed in 2016, 2017, 2018. And I sold everything I managed to sort of buy, resell, trade. I was just, trying to build up as much as I could at, the age of 13, 14, 15. So I didn't have much money, but I managed to, buy off these drops. I had my mom do the drops, I had my brother do the drops, I had my friends do the drops. I would pay them. I was just trying to get like as much as possible. And then we were also like for engagement, we didn't have crazy expensive stuff. I was currently selling at the time with one of my good friends' older brothers. We don't do that anymore, broke up a long time ago, but we were selling together at the time, and we didn't have anything super expensive or flashy to like show and to like, sort of gain that engagement and that like wow factor. So we really were like flexing out like our friends' stuff and like people we knew stuff to get engagement because we didn't have anything at the time. We were young. It took like 3 years for me to get $10,000 like in inventory. Like from 2015 to 2018, I grinded and bought stuff for retail, sold it for resale. I would hold things that would go up. Like I would be very particular about what I would buy, what I would sell. Eventually I got into selling box logos and, North Face jackets and the more expensive stuff, which was nice and I made a good amount of money, but as I started noticing Supreme was dying, I sold my entire collection, I think in 2018 for $10,000. I'll try to throw up screenshots along the way. But during this time, I actually managed with my friend at the time, his name's Max, we managed to get like 20,000 followers in 3 years. And we were doing super well. We had like 1,000 posts. We had a ton of people that followed us. Things were going good, it was super promising. Randomly, out of nowhere, our page gets deleted. And we're like, wow, what do we do? Like at the time, it was like the end of the world because the last 3 years of hard work just got deleted. We were like, what do we do? And after, trying to start up something, getting together, we ended up going our own ways 6 months after, and we kind of split ways. We still have sold and helped each other out, but he went more into the bulk side of things, GR releases. And I decided to get into high-end shoes, as you can see. So I took the risk and I started selling sneakers. I didn't jump into super high-end at first. I was selling, at the time it was Yeezys. So I was selling Yeezys. I was selling 350 V2s, I was selling the OGs, I was selling 750s. Like, if you had like turtle doves back in the day or like the 750 OG, the gray pair, like you got a lot of likes on your posts. And I had a ton of those. So I was really using that and I realized like how Instagram worked. Posting stuff and really, you know, using that to your advantage, posting stuff for engagement. It doesn't necessarily, like, even if it's cringy, if it gets views, if it gets out there, if it gets your name out there, it's worth it. At the time, fit pics were a thing, and like we were taking fit pics in like the most ridiculous outfits, like some of the worst outfits you've ever seen in your life. Like, I'm gonna be straight, like it was terrible, but you know, it got views, so like it got my name out there. And at the end of the day, that was what was important. I needed to expand. Like, my entire brand was just deleted, so expansion was the number one thing I needed, and I knew I needed people to follow me and support me. And so I started making reels. I started making like these weird posts and like crazy hype posts and stuff. It got me views, and eventually, as Adidas died, I moved on to V-Loan at the time, which you guys probably, you either know or don't know. They had a falling out, but basically the V-Loan Air Force One was a shoe that got me super popular because I made the risk of buying it at round 2, kind of just like a flexing move by me, to be honest. Like, I didn't have much money at the time. This was like 2019, maybe 2019, and I didn't have much money. I was just like, there was a ton of resellers with me, and I was trying to look cool. Like, I was trying to be like, you know, the big head in the group, and I was like, fuck it, I'll buy those. I bought them for $3,500. Everyone was like, damn, this kid's crazy. And I cut them off and I wore them. I was like, fuck it. You know, if I'm buying a shoe for $3,500, you better wear it. And that was like, I'm talking $3,500 at the time. I didn't have more than 20,000 in inventory at the time. Like, I really didn't. So that was a good chunk of my money I was just risking. But I managed to turn it into engagement somehow. I bought the shoes, I wore them, I posted it. Round 2 posted it. I was posting videos, pictures, all this stuff. People were like, oh wow, like, who is this kid? He's wearing like these crazy shoes with all his clothes, like blah, blah, blah. And it got me a ton of sales, and I made that money back within like 2 months. So, although, yeah, it was risky, and yeah, like a lot of people would say it's stupid, it made me the money in the long run. It wasn't financially the smartest decision, if you're looking, you know, just logically. But for me, it worked out. So it was the right move. It helped me boost my page. And then once that died, I moved on to Jordans. And yeah, I kind of built my way up. It was from 2019 to 2021. It was 2020, 2021. There was COVID, so I was inside. I was literally working 16, 17, like 20-hour days. Like, I would barely sleep some days. And I was grinding. I really grinded every day. It took a lot. And then in 2021, beginning of 2021, I reached about 100K in inventory and everything. And since then, it's definitely shot up. We're not going to discuss any numbers or anything in this video, but I just sort of wanted to give you guys my story and how I got to be where I'm at. So, wasn't overnight. It really wasn't. It took a lot of adjusting to markets, a lot of understanding the market, a lot of adapting, a lot of changing, a lot of being comfortable with risk. It's a huge thing. A lot of people don't want to take risks, but at the end of the day, if you're not taking risks, you're the same as everyone else, and you need to be different somehow. So if you need to take a risk to be different and to be yourself and different, you know, in the way that you want to be you, do it. The worst thing that can happen is it fails and you just start over. Then you gotta do the grind all over again. But that's kind of my story. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was a long video. A lot of talking from me. 10 minutes straight of talking, but I hope it was worth it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So I am going to be heading back to LA for the break, for winter break. So hopefully we'll hit up some pretty cool car shows there, and I might do a voiceover on the LA car show that I hit recently, but we'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. There's going to be a whole bunch more content coming soon. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a good one. Peace.